Hello, everybody. This is Angelique Song from Let Love Come to You, and we just wrapped up an amazing, inspiring interview with Kalpna, Manek and JP Morgan of The Magnetic Men. And the Magnetic Men are mentors for men to attract the women of their dreams through greatness. And so, JP and Kalpna, tell our listeners and our viewers what they can be looking forward to when they're going to listen to our interview. Ladies first.
No, you go first.
Okay, you can edit this together, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to keep it as authentic as possible.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just thinking about this idea of attracting the women of their dreams to greatness, and I know this whole EN versus AN women.
Yeah, I know.
It's a thing that always comes up. You corrected yourself actually in the Sally seminar, but didn't now, and I was just wondering if Kalpna was listening. And I think for me, I just want to point out, for me, it's about attracting women so that I can have my choice to choose one woman that I want to be with, woman, like the one individual woman. And I think that's really what it's about. It always has been about me, attracting all women of the world so that I can have the choice of which women I would love to end up with. If I didn't live my life trying to attract all women, then I wouldn't have been attractive to this woman, who in my mind is an incredible woman. And so for me, and the journey that we take guys on and that we talk about in this teleseminar is about how to be that kind of guy that attracts women through greatness. With that ultimate outcome for most guys that are interested in our stuff of being with one beautiful, great, intelligent, funny partner.
Sexy, amazing women like Kalpna.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah. Let's clone Kalpna. But Kalpna, what do you have to say? Because we didn't stop at the subject of attracting women or the woman. It went much further than that.
That's right. We talked more about how attraction is caused by a man being great, by a man being really congruent with the really amazing qualities that he has within him. And it's these qualities, such as his ability to be present, his ability to be decisive, his ability to take action, his inner strength, and his integrity, which is what makes him attractive, and how all of this is a gift to a woman. Mm-hmm. And his ability to express himself is a gift to a woman. Mm-hmm. And all of these things together will make him an attractive man, and will give him the ability to choose the woman that he wants to have a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that anybody who's considering listening to this program, just know that we deal with some of the most important things on most guys' minds, which is, how do I go and start a conversation with a beautiful, attractive woman? Mm-hmm. How do I become more than friends with her, not just connect with her friend, but like create intimacy, like, Serena, going on in the bedroom or something? Like, how do I move towards that? How do I create that? Even I forget what else exactly we talked about.
How do I be more than just a friend?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Right?
Guys always end up being in the friend zone, and how do I stop being this? How do I stop being just a nice guy? How do I be the one that she actually wants to be with?
And it's all from a place of making you a great guy too, and the stuff that we teach guys not only works for them, but they feel good about, and they can be proud about, and people, when they hear about it, they'll be impressed and they'll want to know more, and they'll be like, wow, what a great guy. And I think that's really part of it, isn't it? The guys, because the women that have met the guys that we work with, they always have, wow, these are such great guys. And it just works because it's about attracting women through greatness, right? And every single guy on this planet is a great guy. They have greatness within them, and we're just trying to show it to them, not teach them, but just like, here's your greatness. Can you see it? And here's some ideas about how you could live and bring that out. And when they do, everything they want comes to them.
Yeah. And I have seen it myself, because I am one of the co-organizers of the Happily Ever After movie events, and I've met some of your clients and people that you work with, and I can really say, without any doubt, they are great men. I mean, they really live their authenticity and their greatness, and they're not in any needy way trying to get the woman's attention. They're just really truly being present and expressing themselves in a mature way, and through that become extremely interesting and attractive to women, especially the type of women that they want to be friends with to start with, but maybe at one point also have as a life partner. And actually, although the title seems like, oh, this is just for men who want to date as many girls as possible, what I do recognize in the clients that you've worked with and that I've met is that they're really, it's just a side result, right? Being attractive to women, because that doesn't become the end result that they're looking for.
No.
It's just much more than that. And it's really from a place of neediness, like I feel lonely, or I just want to have a girlfriend to prove that I'm valid or worthy. They suddenly step into this place of, my life is already amazing. How can I create the experiences that will allow me to live in the present moment and to actually gift my desire and give my authenticity to any person that happens to meet me. And that is what I really got out of this interview, and I found it extremely inspiring. And I would even say, as a woman, I would love to listen to this interview if I hadn't heard it. So what can women get out of this interview, Kalpna?
I think by listening to this interview, women can understand the fears that men have with regards to attraction. And by having this ability to understand what's going on for men, they can have empathy and compassion and not be quite so judgmental, and have the ability to trust. And I think that a woman is a great inspiration for a man to be great. I think men are inspired to greatness for the love of a woman.
Yes.
And by a woman being open, and for a woman to be able to receive a man's greatness and to acknowledge it, and inspires a man to be even more amazing for her.
Yes. And I truly, I heard that, I really understand that is how it works, because I'm doing that in my own life, and it, with great result. Instead of not trusting the man, I am gifting him with my trust, and it moves a man to the core. Because I think in the beginning of the interview, we were also talking about the fact that a lot of other teachers of seduction or, attraction, they actually play into the fear of men and women, and they really create a lot of confusion around what do we really want deep in our hearts, and they just start to distort reality. And then when we start even not trusting the other sex, or the masculine or the feminine, that is when a lot of confusion, and a lot of game playing starts to happen. And actually your program, called The Authentic Approach, is the furthest from the truth, from game playing. How is it different from game playing or strategies?
Well, game playing is based on the acquisition mindset, which is like, what can I do to get what I want?
Yes.
And when you're not in that place, but you're using the magnetic man approach, which we talked about in the interview, there just is no game,
Yeah.
In order for a game to be played, you need participants. And if you're not participating in the game, there is no game. That doesn't mean that attraction can't be created. It certainly can, and more powerfully when there's not a game. Because games are always based in fear. And fear is always less attractive than love. And the kind of love we talk about is powerful, bold, fierce, masculine. And, I don't assert to know what truth is, but I certainly have found that when people listen to our stuff and watch our stuff, they keep asserting that this is closer to truth, or this is the truth, this is the way. And it's like, I don't know, man, but it certainly resonates with people on a really deep level. And it's, to use a term from another program of ours, it's paradigm shifting. And it changes everything.
Yeah. And me as a woman, just interviewing John and Kalpna, who I have the honor to co-host events with, I know you guys pretty well, but just listening to this interview has really taught me a lot as well about maybe how as a woman I can really see the fears of men and really give them, really more compassion as to how they show up in life, being maybe sometimes not as present or not as powerful as they could be. I actually wanted to share this observation, which was always taught me by my mom, and she always said something, and I think these are the men that should really follow your program. She always said, Angelique, there's one thing you should know: the good men, the good guys in the world, you have to catch these good men because they are probably too shy to approach you. And I think what I understood from that was that some guys are really good and that they have good intentions, but they are so stopped by their fears, like they block themselves even before they begin, and they honor the feminine so much that they don't even express their desire, or they're afraid to cross that threshold. And then we as women become totally clueless as to, I love, he's a friend, or I would love him to approach me, but I really don't know how to start. Why isn't he approaching me? So I think your program would be a real game changer, although we're not playing games for a lot of these men.
I just have to ad-lib on that, because it might be true that women just trusting a man and being compassionate to their fears and everything might help women, but I have to say, like, don't let guys off that easy.
Yeah.
I'd rather see women inspiring men to get over their fears and to be bold and to act on their desire than to be like, oh, well, maybe he's just afraid, so I should just, give him a little bit more of a chance, and then maybe he'll get stronger. It's,
It doesn't work in the end. It doesn't work for the woman.
It's because the woman's only doing it so that she can get something from him, which is for him to man up, and it's like it becomes her acquisition, and it just creates a weird dynamic. I think the more important thing is if a woman just chooses to genuinely trust, not trust so that he will be strong or whatever, but just because she wants to open, what happens is the man will be inspired to step up and to be strong. And if he's not, then she should just walk away and find out it is. Because at the end of the day, like, there comes a point where you need to be the man and the woman needs to be the woman, and like that creates that polarity. And I don't know, I guess I'm just not a fan of this idea of women picking up the slack. Guys.
No, me neither. But I'm just saying that in terms of the way that I've experienced men who may have never heard of your program, is that they're really good guys, So but they really don't know how to approach women, and then we end up having to, wonder why am I not being, why is he not flirting with me? Why isn't he? Making a move or whatever it is, and they're really good guys. I think
it can be some insight. And look, I'm not this kind of male chauvinist thing where like only the guy should take action and stuff like that. If I'm working with a female client, it's like, express your desire in your way. Like, you'd be surprised how many women don't smile at men they find attractive. And men are always supposed to be the leaders and things like that, but it depends which lens you're looking through. If a woman smiles at a man and he decides to walk over and talk to her, was he really leading, or is she actually leading? And I think, in my opinion, the feminine is the subtle leader. It's just that she leads in very subtle ways, and she expresses her interest and invites him over and takes the first step. But like, she actually led that situation by opening up a little bit to him. And for me, opening is the true leading, but trust, we talk about it in the masculine way, which is about moving in action.
Yeah.
Another story, I guess.
Yeah. Kalpna, last words for our trailer?
Kalpna is great at many things, but on the spot, moments are not one of them.
Yeah, no.
And that's why I've just learned to like not just go, hey Kalpna, what do you think about that? Turn the headlights.
Anyways, I would just say people sign up for the summit and listen to the interview when we air it, because John and Kalpna are also making us an amazing once-in-a-lifetime offer for their Authentic Approach program, which is really priceless. So thank you, John and Kalpna, for an amazing interview, and I really enjoyed it and learned a lot from it. So thank you very, very much. Yes?
Thank you, Angelique.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.